Okay, that works. Can I hear myself now? Okay, that works. Can I hear myself now? Oh, big delay. Warning the stream. Okay, that works. Can I hear myself now? Low bit rate. Delay. Warning the stream. Okay. Okay. I think it's working. Take a second to set up. Close is it to the... Wish I could see this more. Okay. It's kind of interesting. Got to mix up some paint first. Okay. The cameras are a bit low quality, but at least it's something. I'm gonna, maybe I'll put on music and I can turn off the desktop audio as well. Or at least way lower it. Super quiet. Okay. I gotta sit down and mix the, okay, first things first, get some paper ready. I feel like I just need, can I just keep the chat open? It's the only thing I need. Ugh, I can't really. Put this in front though. Okay, that works. Get a bunch of these paper towels ready. Dang, I broke the clip off this thing. I really wish I didn't. Had some way to attach it to me. Could get like a, some sort of clip. Double check the volume here, make sure I'm not peaking. I'm really quiet actually. Let's turn it way up if I can. This is maxed. Because I don't want to talk too loud. Okay. Something like that's good. Something like that. Where can I mix this up here? Oh crap, I need to get the paints out of the freezer too. Forgot you can't hear me if I don't have this one. Keep the paints in these little makeup containers, put them in the freezer. I try and keep them just the solid colors that they start as. White, black, red, yellow. Any mixes gets a little complicated, and I don't use enough paint yet. I'm working on small canvases. This red one's tough to open. Come on. Are you kidding? Yeah, this is not opening. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. See, I don't even have much in there. Oh, wait, there we go. This is even the better camera. Have the better camera pointed at the painting. Crappy camera pointed at the painter, if you will. Okay. Get the palette knife over here. And I'm gonna need more paints. I need my brushes. Let's get these out. Maybe these 4 at least. I think it's kind of funny. These 2 brushes, I believe, are the exact same. 10B, 10B1, look at this. And one of them has been used significantly more. So I'm just going to set those over here. Don't need to see that. Just close the dockable window if you'd like to show it again. Use the dock menu. Okay. Okay. It's a bit of red that has made its way into this white. It's okay though. It's titanium white, so it's very opaque. I'm gonna use one of these shop cloths to clean off my palette knife in between almost everything that I do. Although I want to make this a little bit cleaner. I almost need a little shot of the palette. Maybe I'll switch this for now. Switch this one for now, I guess. And there's the palette. Bunch of crap on my floor, a bunch of books stacked up. Okay, so we're gonna just warm this up a bit, turning it over. Wipe this off. What's up, Artemis? I was hoping you'd stop by. Just testing out a little stream. Grab a little black I have in this container. Let me know if the music's too loud or anything like that. Yeah, gonna need more red. Way more red. Yes, I I found the two webcams I have. One is much lower quality, but it's something. It's pretty good actually. So I'm just gonna lay these out in order of value. Yeah, it'll only get better from here. No music, yeah, okay, I have it pretty low. I don't want it to overpower. I turned it up slightly. Okay, let me grab some of the actual tubes of paint here. Gonna need the white, need the ochre, need the cad red. Where's the black here? Is this... Here, I'll use this one. This one has a hole in it. Add a bit more white because constantly using white. Leave that up here. More yellow. I actually could probably zoom in on this. I have to play around with this a lot. Configure. Camera control, zoom, cool. That's actually a little better. Oh my! I can't open this tube of yellow. There we go. Turn a bunch of that into orange. Tap it down. Didn't really work. Okay. And I think just a little red. To grab my reference image to pull that up. This cadmium's all messy. probably more than I need, but can always store the excess and freeze it. Hey, no worries. You are under no obligation to stay. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. Time to sit down and mix. First though, got to get the reference out. Typically use my iPad for this. You can see the reference that I'm using. I do put a center line and a horizontal line through it. See if I can get some sort of angle to see both of these. Almost need more surface. All right, first things first, gonna mix an orange. How much orange do I want? Maybe this much. So much orange in this portrait. So I got, oh, there's a bit of red on the back here. We're gonna add some cadmium road light. Ooh, that stuff's real old. I'm gonna get rid of that. It's all sticky. Grab some of this new stuff. Not too much though, like actually a tiny amount. And just see what that does. See, it's so potent. That looks pretty good. It's pretty dark red already. See, I really need this light. The lighting in this room is very... I feel like I just can never get enough of it. The whole thing is so sketchy. Is that enough? Maybe I'll just touch more red. See where it goes. Which charge do I have on this? That looks good. Excuse me, Jesus. Get everything off the knife. I like to put this up in the middle. This is a very useful color to have, especially with this portrait. Once again, I'm going to wipe off this palette knife. Okay, now I'm going to start looking at this color here. This is tricky. Start with some lights. I'm going to excess orange here. We need mostly white. Don't need that much though. Just get something started. So That's turning a little bit. Need something for the highlight, but maybe I'll cheat a little just for the sake of my own knowledge. How can I eyedropper here? Let's see here. I'm gonna have to look this up. For now, I'll just zoom in and try and do it by eye. It's so yellow. I'll take some yellow. It's a lot. It's way too much. Maybe not though, that looks good. Let's see how it mixes. Still think it needs a bit more orange. I really need more of the space. How can I put this? Move this for now. This works when I'm standing, but not when I'm sitting. No, too high. Oh crap, just got paint on the iPad. Okay, I'm gonna be right back.
Welcome back. 1 second. Just gonna grab an extra chair.
The way I have this set up, it's so hard to read the chat and do this, but okay, this looks good. It's good enough for now, just to get started here. And I need the light to shine closer here. So pale. It might work. I'll keep it. So just gather all this up. Make sure it's all mixed. A lot of color problems with this portrait, so just getting started works. So we're gonna try and add a bit more orange. So we're gonna start again white. Little white. Then some orange. Doesn't take much. Let's see where that takes us. It's definitely a little bit more orange. More so though. Let's really go for it, see what happens here. And this color is so different from what I'm used to. Let's try yellow as well. I really am just trial and error, guessing, seeing what works. Getting a darker tone here. Gonna give this portrait another day, work on it today, and then maybe try something else a little bit less orange. I guess this has more red in it, but if I add... Alright, I'm gonna keep this one. Maybe I'll work with half of it half of it up here. So that's just slightly more saturated. What happens if I make this more yellow? Sometimes I just gotta play with this around. Gotta put this beside it, see what it looks like. Okay. Darken it up. What does that look like? Almost the same. Even that's too much red, like, just need a actual titch. Yeah, I think with the colors that I currently have, it's gonna be tough to match. Zoom out here. I want this to be even more orange. See how that looks. Okay. I want to take some of this, add some white. I need to darken it as well. Currently all I have for that is black. This is looking a little bit too gray. I'll need it for some parts, but I'm not mixing that now. Some more orange. I do think I want to keep this shade, but maybe just a little more orange. It's too brown, or too close to gray, not enough brown. I know it's probably tough to see, and this part's going to be boring. Yeah, I am from Canada. I think there's a bit of a delay in the chat versus when I see it. Plus, I have to turn around and look at it. So sorry if I'm not right on it. I don't see it right away. I'm gonna take a good chunk of orange. No white. Let's just mix it with black. A little bit of black. Even that feels too brown. Let's try and go a little bit more orange. I'm gonna be saying that all video. Oh yeah, whereabouts? I'm over in Calgary. This is actually one of the only colors I've really starting to like here. This darker orange should make like a maybe a slightly lighter version of this. Maybe a bit of yellow in there too. That's nice. Oh yeah, got you. I have a friend from Richmond Hill. Went to university with. Starting to slowly build up some color here. Not super fast, but it's moving. Once we get to the paint, it'll be a bit more fun. Let's see what happens. Let's just take a bit of orange. There's a lot of muck in this area, so that'll lower the saturation. I'm gonna just add red. Ugh, that's so much red. Just need a tiny amount. Oh, even that's way too much. We'll see what happens though. Well, it's quite red. I'm gonna need that for sort of parts of the ear, even kind of around the nose here. Let's grab a bit more orange though. Let's not let the red take over. Are you a painter, Artemis? I know you at least digitally paint. Throw down that. Wow, okay, that is not a bad color at all. Now that I see it, I even want it a more red version of this, which is ironic, because I think I had that a second ago. But let's make it again. I think that looks nice. Making such small amounts of it is definitely a bit tricky. Let's see. Those look a little too similar to me. Sometimes you just gotta hold it up side by side. Tiny bit more red. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have a small watercolor set, but I've yet to really use it. I love it because it's so, like the idea of it, because it's so mobile. Can't really move a lot with these, or it's much easier to move around with watercolors. Plus, you just need water, as the name suggests. Okay, I've kind of got light orange. Definitely, maybe I should take some of this. I'm not going to need nearly as much as I've made. What can I turn it into? Maybe a more of a gray, green. Let's see what happens when I just sort of mix it in with the colors we've got here on the board. It's making sort of a lighter pink, softer pink. Is this valuable in any sense? I don't think so. So I believe I need a bit of black to turn this grayer. That's actually pretty good. Unfortunately, I need to lighten it. So back to white. Both white and black are helping to desaturate the pink, but I need the black because it's sort of based off blue that turns it green. You collect art, yeah. I have a bit of a problem as well, but I think I'm getting better. I've really held back on buying a bunch of tubes of paint, especially in the oil variety, because they're really pricey. So I only buy what I need. That's why I'm working through them each one, trying to see which ones I like. Kind of lost a bit of the color that I wanted, but it's not bad. I think I'm going to darken it even more. Every time I darken it, it looks, for a second, it looks nice, and then it blends in. I need more black, that means. This is probably, oh, that's way too much. What do we got here, though? See how it blends out. Super gray, super gray. This is a color we can use, though. I see some grays sort of in the eyes, around the eyebrows. So I'll put this sort of right around here. Let's see, I kind of want to take a bit of this gray I just made and throw a little yellow in there. That's the color I'm looking for. A bit more green to it. The green I'm sort of referring to is really actually a darker yellow, a lower value chroma yellow. I wonder if you can even see that. It's so tiny and the light is glaring, but I'll give a little update here. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors here, roughly mixed up. What kind of brushes do you use for your digital? Like, did you use Procreate or do you use a different software? And if so, do you just use the native brushes or did you buy or download something? I agree, way less pricey. I love that. Just something about making a physical thing. I love. So that we got the orange to the red. We need some darks, dark browns kind of thing. So I'm gonna take just a touch of this orange, a decent amount of black. Should bring us to a dark brown. Brown is really low value, low chroma orange. This is a bit greeny. Do I want it still, or do I add a little red to it? Let's see. Maybe I can make the light slightly better. This seems somewhat valuable. I'm going to keep this one. Put this in my sort of on the darker spectrum side of the spectrum here. We can go even darker. I'm going to grab orange, grab black again. Maybe this will be a little lighter. We need that too. You never stick to one. Wow, okay. Yeah. I need to learn digital painting. I've tried it a tiny bit, but the brushes kind of, I felt weird using them. They weren't natural to me. Let's see. I think I like this. Zoom this out a second. Honestly, this one needs to be lighter. that's better. Okay. Try looking at this again. I want this to be darker. Way darker. Let's add a bunch of black to that. Even this may not be enough. Okay. That is pretty dark. I'm going to start with a base of black. What's up, Lucifer? That's awesome. Yeah, whatever you watch is perfectly fine with me. I'll be here. Yeah, I'll keep looking. I need to start playing with it more because I actually think it'll really help me understand colors much faster. I'll be able to sort of sample and understand the saturation or uh, chroma and value. It'll just be easy to make mistakes, correct them, try again, sort of thing. I want quite a dark here. This is quite a dark. I know you probably can't see that well, but oh my god, it's terrible. The problem is I need the light to see, so as this is a test, will allow for it to be not perfect. Okay, just looking at the reference photo now, trying to see what else I could use. And certainly there's a ton. Got so light. Yeah. I sort of need this like darker tan color here. Maybe I can just mix it with the black right here. See what we observe. Oh, it's so little paint. Just a tiny little swatch. I think I'll keep it though. I'll be mixing it with some medium anyway. Just make it run a little further. Okay. Not super satisfied with the base. Okay, let's break this down a little bit. Top of the forehead's gonna have that dark shadow side, which maybe I'll just take a bit of this and turn this slightly oranger and see what we get and put it right below it. Interesting. It's almost begging for more red too, but I know as soon as I add this is going to take over. Okay, that's nice. It's quite brown. Orange, black, good amount, almost equal. And then I can introduce the red. That is dark, 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 dark brown. It's amazing. That's much different. I think that's a better color. We want to play with the orange brown. I need a lighter orange though. Okay, I'm going to take a bit of this one that I mixed, grab a bit more of this lighter orange, and I'm going to use the yellow. Mixing this in a fresh spot. So I believe I got to lower the saturation here and the value. What's the best way to do that? Later, Artemis. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you later. Maybe I'll be painting by then. Yeah, too much white really makes it turn to like a terracotta orange, which is not exactly what I'm looking for. Wonder if I had gray, which means I should add a little black. Just doesn't have that orange the painting does. Try and bring it back. Let's mix it again. I'm just gonna see. Yeah, that's just so brown. That means maybe a little red would help. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it's just okay. I'm gonna mix up a couple of yellow varieties now. So I'm gonna take some yellow base. Is he finally starting to figure out this color is mostly yellow and not orange? Because this is looking like a decent mix. Ooh, I like this a lot. It's always nice when this happens. Get a nice little color mix that you're happy with. Oh, yes. That's significantly closer. All right, John. Figuring out the difference between yellow and orange. So keep that. Need it to push a little more red. So we're going to take exactly similar amount. Need a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of orange. Tiny, tiny, tiny bit of red. That's probably way too much, but we're going to mix it because, yeah, and I just basically made orange. I'm going to mix in more yellow, I think. Let's try it. Needs to be kind of a lot. Yellow is not that powerful. Yellow ochre. It's funny how little it does when you mix it in compared to the other ones. Let's look at this side by side though. I actually really like this color. or the direction I'm headed. That's nice. A couple of these colors I don't think I'm going to use. And I think I need a dark red. That's what I'm missing. Like a nice dark red. Yeah, and I'll put it right down here. So I'm just gonna take red and black. It's starting to turn purple, but I think that's okay. More black. Way more black. This is the reddish black. We've got the brownish black. So you can see a lot goes into simply getting your colors ready. It's one of the things that really, I think, scared me away from oil painting off the bat, is just how much work it is before you get to touch the canvas. I'm just going to take this black, give it a mix inside of this. It's just going to lower its amount of blackiness, make it a little bit of a higher value. Still super dark, but I'll even scrape some of that stuff in. Try and use a lot of the paint that's just sitting on the palette in the mixing area. Tiny, 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 tiny bit of red. That's too much. Is it? No, it's good. And we're going to use this as basically the black. Okay. Each time I'm going back and wiping off the palette here. Palette knife, I should say. Okay. I got some nice colors mixed. Is it everything I need? Is it everything that I want, need, require? Definitely missing some here. What to do? Maybe I'll get rid of. Take part of this, and then just take black. I kind of need like a nice grayed out, but dark gray. This is even too light. Although I should have a couple of gradient levels. I think I'm gonna darken this though. It's a good chunk of black. It's quite gray, but what's the actual color in here? It looks like it needs red. So I'm just going to mix tiny amounts in until I see forward progress. Keep half of this. Put that up over here. Even more red than that. Bit more orange, bit more black. Yeah, I'm starting to mix some similar colors, so whenever that happens, either got to move to a different area of the painting to try and mix, or honestly just start painting. At a certain point, that's just got to happen. Okay, so put this down here. Take half of it. Add black. That's more than half. Just flip this. Bunch of black. Bunch of orange. Ooh, that's good. Is it darker though? Should be. Okay. Place that down there. That's nice and black. Who knows if I'll use that? We'll see. And I actually want to make more of a take this, take a bunch of red, see what happens. Because I do need sort of a rich dark red. Rich in saturation, more so than the one over here. A bit more red. Expensive cat light. More red. Let's take this, put it up here, take a bunch of red. Ooh, this looks nice. Thinking a couple spots on the nose. Could use this. A super light touch of it. Maybe I'd use a different one, but definitely in the ear. And probably on the lips, let me see. Yeah. I'm gonna pop that right there. And since I have so much excess of this color, I am going to mix a pinker version. What do I need for that? White. Pink is simply higher value red. White has the way of turning this sort of chalkiness, which I don't love, but if it turns more purple, I should add orange. That's the rule. Almost done with the mixing, I swear. I hope. I truly hope. Okay. Okay. That's something. That's definitely something. So I'm going to put the palette knife down after I clean it off. Take the rag that I've been using. Just going to clean off this area of mix. I like to keep the palette nice and clean. Does it make me a better painter? No. But does it make me a worse painter? Just gives me a nice clean start point here. Okay. What a little selection here that I have. How many colors is that? That's a lot. I mixed a lot here. And I think I got something going. Oof, of course, as soon as I put this down, I want to try one more thing. Kind of want maybe this mixed with yellow. This here, take the yellow. We've got it, got to use it. It's just sort of slowly at it though. I think there's a place for this. It's really light yellow. I'm just gonna mix it in its spot here. Boom. I think it could even be lighter than that. So maybe what I'll do is take a bit of this. And I don't think that color is useful at all. So I'm gonna mix it with the yellow. Let's mix it with just a tiny little bit. Just to tint it. Okay, apparently a bit more. Worried about this. Yeah, okay, a bit more. So we've got this. A bit more. Put that there. Ugh, it's definitely not white enough. Got my super white, which is got a bit of yellow ochre in there. Honestly, don't need this, but what happens if we mix these together? Decent little color for the highlights. Lighter areas of the skin. Put it right back in that spot. Okay. Where's my towel? Wipe this off again. Okay. Okay. I need a bit of Galkid. This cup is done though. Fresh cup. This is what I'm using here. Galkid, and I'm just going to pour a tiny amount in this cup. I got pushed too hard down on this. Okay, come on. Am I actually a child? Shouldn't be clicking. Come on! There we go. Right? Such a tiny amount. Keep this on the palette. Clean off the new spot that I made. Just by rubbing it in, basically making a little patina on this wooden palette. Okay, so what we need to do is readjust this angle. Mhm. Okay, docs. Mhm. Okay, almost into the painting here. Just clean this all up very fast. Turn everything over. Use almost all the yellow, not much of the white, got lots of orange left. Clean this red up. And the black. I'll keep an eye on that. Okay, now I need to set up the reference. Okay. It's gonna be something when we start. Gonna be something. Move the extra chair I brought in here. It's getting crowded. Is this enough space to paint with all the wires? Okay. I should have done this for a day when I was doing an underpainting. Be a little easier to test. I'm also trying to film the video itself on my phone. Lots going on here. But, okay, I think I'm good to start here. Good to get going. Got my brushes here. Start with a small flat one. This is what I'm thinking. Once again, I'll do this again. I'll show this off again. I think this is funny. Same brush. Just use down to the nub. But still actually a useful brush. I like having it. Okay. Start thinking about this painting now. Get the light a little bit more on it. Without being in the shot. Can't tell if it is though. Oops. Okay, so I need it to basically be right on the edge. Dang it, now I'm like playing with the exposure. What's going on here? Pull this back just a touch. Okay. This is my last chance to switch this if I want to. I could test. Yeah, let's test it. So in this situation, move this webcam here. Temporarily facing the ground. That's nice. I think we're gonna like that a little bit more. It's certainly easier for me to see, which is important. See, this is the setup here. We've got the camera, which records the painting, the reference, the palette. Ah, don't fall. Oh, crap. It's not tight enough. Increase the tightened nature of this. Okay, that looks better. Give me a second. I know you can't see anything. Okay, alright. And I can tilt this down a touch. It's not perfect, but it's something. Okay. I am probably for the most part going to be ignoring the chat a little bit. Trying to focus on the painting. I'll talk about what I'm thinking, but okay. Let's fix this reference a little bit. Okay. Begin. I think let's start expanding this forehead a touch to the left. What does this color look like on the... See what we can make of this. Too much shadow from this second light. Part's a lot more orange than I had previously painted. This color's better for sure. Center line goes through the left side of the eye. Left side of the eye is right here. The head kind of goes a little in front of that forehead. Just gonna expand this a little bit. This part is a lot. This part of the hair is. Ooh, what I should do is get a reference image and put that up. It's part of the stream as well. But for the future. Thanks, Lucifer. It's I think this is a successful test, at least. It's a bit distracting to try and tackle this all at once, but I'm gonna mix a bit of orange in here with my lightest value. And that way I can sort of get a nice color in here. To play with the amount of pressure that I'm adding. Very light amount of pressure. It's a lot brighter, but I'm sure that's in the way. If I just tilt this to there, it's not. Cool. So this goes all the way past the center line. The amount of this like very light white gradient here. And I'm even gonna use a dry brush to help me blend these two parts of the value. Constantly switching between brushes that have different colors on them. Playing with just dabbing bits of color where I think they might belong. At the end of the day, I can always paint over it. So we're gonna give it just a bit like that. That's really, oops. I often hold brushes in my mouth, so I'm gonna have to find a alternative to that as I have a microphone there. Let's go back to this orange. It's darker orange color, yellowish orange. We're gonna really observe where it fits in. Looks a bit the side plane of the head, temple area. Really try and slow down and understand where I'm putting this paint. And even throughout this, kind of want to introduce a bit of variation in the tone. I'm going to paint this part the base orange that I sort of see underneath the hair, and then come in with a darker brush to paint the hairs over top in that area. Use this dry brush to sort of bring up some of the color. Also blending it with the color above it. Make sure to clean it off fairly frequently. Funny, this actually is, it looks weird, but I do think it's better in terms of color. It's blending out nicely. And I'm just gonna, like I said before, sort of touch a bit of that white area with the orange. Do the same thing over here where I had some white. Slightly higher value over here. Let's clean this off. Thanks so much. Just painting away, making steps in the right direction. Play with this new green that I mixed. This low chroma yellow. It's a big part of the sort of furrowed nature of this eyebrow. It's quite gray as well. I don't know about quite this gray, but we'll see what this looks like. The other thing is I have to paint the rest of this black, and that'll make it much easier. I think the right eye, the one in the shadow, is a bit too low. Yes, I agree. I completely agree. It does tilt slightly downward, but not quite that much. Easy fix. Most of it's dark anyway. I don't even really like the side of the face at the moment. Let's get just part of this top of the brow. Lay it in there a little bit. So I've gone a little bit too low. Just trying to add this darker furrowed, shadowed area. Gonna have to go darker, but put down my dry blending brush so I can just clean a little quicker. Okay, more orange. Just pulling it towards that white highlight spot on the forehead. Also, I'm gonna just try and blend it a little bit with the gray that I added. It also rides the ridge. This amount of orange rides the ridge of the eyebrow. Not quite that much, but not too bad. Just keep a really small amount of this white on the brush. Goes all the way down. I think it really helps for me to explain this out loud as well. By the way, if I don't answer you right away, it's because my chat's behind me. I haven't set this up in a nice way where I can just sort of look to the side and see it. That's smart. If you make a mistake, especially with oil, you should take one of these and just wipe it away. I know, but it is way easier to Control Z, obviously, but you just don't get a physical painting. But I do like the idea of digitally painting. I want to do it more so that I can have those um, quick learning curve. I can just make a mistake, Control Z or tap with two fingers in Procreate's case. Gosh, I'm really tinkering with this area, but I just want to have some of the differences in texture. Trying to think about not only painting with strokes, but also dabbing and very lightly brushing, extremely lightly, not always hard. Okay, the forehead is something right now. It's something. Let's keep moving to the left. Welcome back, Artie. Yeah. Most I've really spent on a painting. Well, I guess I've spent probably close to a week over, making the underpainting, then doing grisaille sometimes, into adding multiple layers of color. But I also I spent a long time on a project writing a book that I took me 6 months, so I got a little bit more used to just taking my time. But you'll find a project that really soaks you in, and you want to work on it for a long time. The best thing to do is when you have a huge project like that is just to work at it every day. It's so big that you can't even fathom it. You need to just sort of slowly chip away at it. Thank you. Yeah, it's coming together. Actually, I like this so far. I need to darken this area, but we're gonna just lighten it up first. And how far over? So that goes about to here. I think we're gonna see some big changes in the painting today. And the benefit too, I usually don't even paint for that long. I mean, I paint every day, but oftentimes I only have time for an hour to 2 hours. Just the nature of life, you know. You can't always be working on stuff like this. Is this a lighter tone? Let's try a little bit of this mixed with this. Kind of have to pull it through here. And so do I. I need to learn to take my time as well. It's tough because I want to have a good amount finished each day, so it looks like a nice time lapse, but sometimes it's just tough to do. I'm just dabbing in here. Just dabbing away. Oh, the light isn't in the way, is it? I didn't even think to check the streams for, it is directly in the way, but is it? What do you think? Is that annoying? I don't know. Here we go. This is sort of starting to see that get a little bit more dimension. I think I need a bit of a darker color. I'm going to pull from this one here, darker orange brown. Can't have too much on the brush here. We're going to go up here with the darker orange brown and we're going to continue to add it. Push back that hairline a touch. Oh yeah. Just see that that's sort of what we want. We're going to change the shape of this in the future, but I think that's looking good. I'm going to try and push some of the color this way. It's already on the canvas with a dried off brush. Okay, let's go darker. I think the next option is this guy here. Really got to be careful at this point. Kind of like that. I could be using a smaller brush, but I like to go as long as I can with a big flat brush before substituting it for something smaller. Got to remember this goes more straight up, not around. Ooh, I like that. And I'm just going to pull that into here. Sort of start to blend all the gray out. That is not bad at all. Okay, perfect. Should I be calling you No? You've got a tricky name to refer to. Yeah, it's best that I can see the painting with good lighting. So as long as you're happy, I'm happy. Ooh, that's rounding out. That is rounding out. Actually have a bit of this sort of reddish, pushed reddish orange. Let's see what we can get out of this here. I've mixed it with a touch of brown. This is going to be part of the sort of wrinkle that forms. Interesting, okay. I think I'm running into a small problem there. We're gonna start it actually up here. See, now I would respond with no, no. I see though, it makes sense with your profile picture. Are you often changing your name? Yeah, it's so funny. You look at these and it's all sort of slopped together, but the smoothness is coming in. I think I'll grab maybe one of these darker colors. See if I can frame them. Start to fix aspects of this drawing. So the eye, this is the center line that I have. I would say that the brow goes to like there. Just gonna put something in. Darken it. Looks like I'm gonna have to move this eye down. Am I happy with the size of the... Yeah. Just mark out where everything finishes. Oh my gosh, I keep having these tiny little burps. Hopefully they're not too disgusting on the mic. So this comes down, sort of shadow of the nose. We've got a little bump right there. So right where that bump is, should be more like that, I guess. The corner of the eye should be right there. Oof. Of course, of course. I feel safe using my name because it's such a basic name, but I've definitely thought about that. Let me try and pronounce your name. I'm gonna go with Isla. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna grab something a little darker. Maybe just this. And actually, the darkest spot here is gonna come. Such a swooping motion here. It's very boxy at the bottom. Nice. Ah, kind of missed the mark on this spot here, but something coming out right there. It looks better, but parts of it need to be lightened up. Okay. Yeah, the whites of the eyes are really throwing me off as well. Okay, maybe I'll flip over to a smaller brush. This is what I'm thinking. Hopefully you can kind of see that. I want to use the base orange here, sort of from this area. I'm gonna put down the rag, use the mall stick a second, so I can get a nice. Okay, let's think about this. So this comes up. We've got a part right here to sort of cover this up a little. Get a decent amount on here. It's not bad. Maybe this eye is in an okay spot. Just needed a little bit of shaping around it. So have you seen a few of my daily videos, Isla, or and do you paint at all? Paint or draw? So this needs, the eye that I've made is not nearly long enough. From here to about, I think I want to flatten it out. Can use a touch of sort of something off red. Let's throw some of this in here. Oops. Kind of made a mistake there. Let's see if we can wipe it away. Grab the mall stick again. Something a bit more dark. So the eyelid itself is much past. How much past? That much past? Into some sort of swoop here. Well, that color doesn't look right. Luckily, I plan to go over it again. Okay. Looks good. Let's dip into the super dark red here. Try and fix this line. It's gonna go all the way to there. Instantly starts to go down though. It's a bit better. Let's extend the black so that it looks like the top of the eyelid. It's a bit more prominent. And then from there I can add the inside. I've done something. Looks okay. Yeah, it's called a mahl stick. M-A-H-L. But it really is just a dowel. And super helpful. Kind of want to just pull some of this color down into the whites because it should not be that white. Yeah, it looks way, 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 way better. Take some of this black here. This is a big pupil. I feel like I've sort of shifted it too far to the left. So I'm going to fill in a lot of this corner. Even that looks better, but it could be more so. It's a slight more here. Just gonna fill this area in and add a subtle ridge top of this bottom eyelid. Back to this really dark red. Yeah, it's a nice little trick because normally if you're drawing, you just rest your hand, right? But if there's a bunch of paint there, you can't rest your hand, so got to use the maul stick. I know this eye was not really working, and I think it's a little better now. Oh, even that. This little, just tiny little brush strokes here. Okay. Gotta fix the bottom part of his eyebrow here, and this is kind of jutting in. I need to fix that part right there. Spread this black paint a little further. Bring it right to the corner. Top of his, he's got this interesting sort of, the way that his eyelid sits. Top of the eye. Needs a bit more darkness in the pit of the eye here. I'm happy that the quality of the webcam I have so far is you're able to still see what's going on. Because it is not that high of a webcam, high quality. Just gonna add a bit of, what do we need here? Kind of need this green gray. Is it dark enough? Let's play with it. Let's try it. I have a darker option, but this might be enough. I just want to put it right in here. This is gonna give me some of the shape of the face. Okay, so from here, we kind of want it to come a little bit in earlier. And it goes diagonal like this. And then like this. Excuse me. This part's actually much darker. Where do I get the references? I just look at, sorry for bumping the mic. I look at museum collections. So this is from the National Portrait Gallery in London. And I basically just look through all the paintings they have until I see one that might be sort of manageable for my skill level at the moment. And whoopsies. Didn't mean to do that, but we can fix that later. Kind of did it again. This is, funny enough, a tough reference image. Don't think I want to go with this color anymore. Spread this out a bit. Try and add a little bit to the whites of this eye. Moving the pupil to the right more. I think that's better, but that looks decent. Decent. Now I need to just sort of slightly get some of the light that's coming in and hitting the top of this bottom eyelash. Not even that much, just enough. Right here, where I've got a bit of bare painting, I can cover that up. Add the light, you gotta add the dark. I almost want to blend this out a touch, but maybe I'll leave it. Let's try it. And then we can darken it to give it more shape. Darker than that. Need this brown. Cover some of this area here. But yeah, a good way to get any reference is just to visit the website of your favorite museum. So the Met, the National Gallery, National Portrait Gallery, um, or even some of the modern ones. Although that's not my particular style or favorite. Gotta get rid of this light here, at least some of it. It's looking better. Funny enough, I need to add a bit more light back. So let's just do that now. It's a pretty hard line. Fill that in. Okay. Grab this bigger brush here and start to just sort of chill with the detail for a little bit. Start to move it around. Since the paint is dry underneath, I'm able to do this. That looks pretty good. It's missing some value. Oh, I'm glad you like the music. Yeah, I'm a big fan of sort of Baroque paintings. Um, I'll take anything up until even the early 19th century is there's some quite beautiful stuff. Okay, gonna put down the small brush for a second. Play around with some, back to these sort of flatter brushes. Let's give them a quick wipe off though. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just get as much as the paint off as you can. Yeah, I like to listen to music that's just it has no words. It's not distracting, but it doesn't leave me in silence. Going in without the mall stick because I'm crazy. This is looking so white. I swear it isn't white. Just very slowly add this in. We're gonna need to add a darker orange up here. Which one though? Maybe this brown, more brownier color. Let's try this. Fix the Okay, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's not the exact right color right now, but it's gonna give me a better idea of where to put the color. Sort of pull this into the white here, super softly. And then use the excess no, I've actually never been to LA before. But no, I'm sure it's fantastic. What does Toronto have? Is there anything worth seeing in Toronto? I know you live in not Toronto, but maybe you've been. That line has to be kind of harder, but we'll work with that. Got a bit of white up on this top of the nose, of course. And there's a spot right up here where we're going to see some light. Okay, give me a second here. Yeah, they've got to have some good paintings, right? I've just never actually heard anyone talk about the LA Museum. Although I am sort of new to this. That's not coming out the color I want. Try again. I'm gonna cover this area a little bit. And I'm gonna try and go in with a bit more red. This is gonna actually pull down a lot more than I have it currently. That looks a little better, just a little. And then I need sort of this orange red here. I like this color. Let's see how this looks though. Right here. I feel like I can get it in right there. Side of the nose has this bit more red to it. Oh yeah, I gotta love Picasso. Picasso's cool because he's quite a talented artist. Um, so you can respect the more abstract stuff he made a little more, in my opinion. God, it's getting muddy in here. It's getting dang muddy. Ooh, I kind of like this color for right here. Ah, can't be the exact same though. We go darker brown first. Right here. Okay. That's showing me something. Just gotta be super slow. Think about each spot. Let's see here. Brown into more of the orange red. Just see how these two mix. Ah, it needs to be redder. Maybe I'll grab some of this too. Not quite that dark. Ah, crap. The iPad's on low power, and I need it for my reference. Might have to run and grab a charger or something. Ugh, not loving this right now. Not loving this color I'm putting down. Needs to be pinker. Maybe like a little softer orange. We'll try this out. Crap, I can't have this in low power mode. How do I stop that? Okay, this little blend is looking better. Okay, crap, I need to see this. Bring this down. Fix this part. Okay, I have to return in 1 second.
Be right back.
Okay, it turns out it's closer than I thought. I come back, the painting's gone. That would be something. Make sure that doesn't fall. I'll have to use this upside down so I can charge it. What the heck? Okay, perfect. That was much easier than expected. Okay. Well, I knew it was in my backpack. I just didn't know where that was. But it turns out it was right there. Oh, okay. I need to turn this off low power mode because I accidentally accepted that. I will not do that again. Battery, I guess. Low power mode. Fixed. Back to Procreate. This is shaping up here, isn't it? Touch of this white. Light. White, not white, light. We're gonna go ahead and try and put the cheek in here. Try and grab some of this and continue the darkness of the cheek. Goes to about there. And we have a dark patch here as well that I'll just sort of use some of this excess paint on. This edge here is too soft. It's too blurred. You know what? We'll keep it soft for now, actually. Can always harden it up at a later date. Gonna hit this with the same sort of gray. And then I can shape the bottom of the nose with my light tone. It just goes right around the edge of it. Excuse me, Jesus. It's like I'm burping from like having nothing in my stomach. Although I did have a McDonald's Coke today. What's going on, Strassman? Thanks for joining for even 1 minute. I appreciate it. It's 1 a.m. where you are? That's actually interesting. I mean, I wonder how, I wonder why, it would seem to me it would show people my videos that are are close to my time zone, but I guess not. I'm kind of playing a little bit, playing around with this a lot. brush. See you in a sec. See you in 10. Okay, that's looking better. Let's pull this white just a little bit over. Should be under the left side of this eye, but also kind of just blend it in. This grayer tone. Okay, let's grab this brush, clean it off a little bit, and then go back to some orange. The orange is sort of right under the eye. Out to the side a little bit. Actually should have a lot more. The eyebrow is not that far out. Kind of erase a bit of that by painting over it. Make the side of the head a little wider. Okay. It's looking a little better. I can actually shrink this part a little bit. Paint over it slightly to fix that. Let's continue down the side of the face here. And this little inlet happens. Yeah, it's actually almost in the right spot. It should be right here. Guess I'll add some more paint to the brush. Right here we have the part where the hair goes in and out. Just gonna keep following the side down. It's not quite the right color, but it's better than what's already down. Made some pretty good improvements to this right side of the face. I'm gonna actually give this a nice amount of orange here too, and then I'll go over it with more red. Got this lighter brush I'm gonna use to spread the lighter tone. So I'm switching brushes when I move into different areas of color. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. Actually need to check what time it is for myself. Okay, now go over this. This yellowy orange. But let the red that I placed below it sort of seep through a little bit. And we're going to lightly brush and blend these two tones. Okay, see you later, Strassman. I appreciate you coming by. I'll say, I'm saying Strassman. It's just slightly easier for me to say Barolina. Okay, I can got that. I got that. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. You get some good rest. Okay, bit more of this orange now. Let's clean this brush. What song is this? Doesn't tell me. Okay, so I need to fix this. This is not correct at all, the way that these shadows are going. But that is no problem. Yeah, I just need a slight amount of reflection right here. Kind of triangles out, meaning more dispersion at the bottom, less at the top. But even so, it's not quite this tone. I'm actually gonna dip into this here, try this out, see what this looks like. So right directly down from the nose, boom, straight down. Kind of needs something a little bit in the brown vicinity. Just a little less chroma than the cheeks, less saturation. Is this right? We'll see. It's not offensive. Yeah, it is a bit offensive, isn't it? Needs a bit more chroma than that. Maybe let's try this with a bit of this in there. A bit more orange in there. We don't mind. Okay, I think the chin itself is way too big. I almost want to cut the chin like here. We can do that with some darks though. Got the hiccups now. Hmm. Let's try a bit of this greenish color. She feels pretty right. Yeah, oh yeah, this jawline is just totally wrong. So we're gonna fix it. Yeah, it goes way more out to the right. But sure I have the right brush in my hand. I'm gonna get something a little darker and try and sort of plot this in. So we know right here is the center line here. We got it like maybe right around here. Give a nice amount of. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. How far out does this chin go? Yeah, let's straighten. This needs to go more down. And it kind of is just very broad. This is not quite the right color. It's okay down here, but this is brown color. Try and shape this chin a little bit more. Darker in this area. Oh, I do not hate it. It's an improvement, and I would take the improvements. And then we want to kind of just give him a muscle here in the face. Oh boy. Hopefully this music will help you sleep. Lighten this up. And widen that up. This big dark smear is kind of bothering me by the corner of the mouth. Also, this does not look right. That looks better. Still should be just dead straight like that. And oh, okay, here. That's a good idea. Add a little brown right here. Maybe I'll use the mole stick. Don't love that. So we're gonna take a little off. Take a little of this as well. What brown do I have? Let's try this one. This looks actually pretty promising. Let's be a bit more at an angle. Like that. Okay. Let's play with a little black. Not quite black, but very dark. Yeah, I have it pretty quiet. I don't want it to be overpowering. What do you tell me what you think of this though? Pop in here. Just turn it up a tiny bit. Okay. Gonna grab some of this gal kid. And I'm actually just gonna pull from this dark pile. Especially because I'm trying to speak softly as well. So we've got it. Basically have like a dark spot right here. Okay, this is starting to look a little bit nicer. Is nicer a word? I'm not sure. Not sure it is. Or at least I'm not using it quite correctly. Oh, I love a second layer of black here. This is looking a little bit promising. Can't put too much dark in this though. It's only right there. We also have a nice amount of, I feel like the lips have to be slightly higher. I'm gonna push them up a little bit. Lots of dark right under the lips. I've got a squirrel at my window. Let's really try and shrink that chin down. Ooh, that looks bulbous. Which means I gotta pull this in more. And fill this in more. It's not quite as dark. I'm gonna grab some of this. It's got a bit of red in it, which I think is gonna be perfect. Yeah, looking at the word, yeah, nicer. It's a funny word. Nicer. Right around, so the chin goes right below the eye, which should be right here, so it shouldn't be much more than that. Really roughly start to fill in the ugly side. That is hideous. It's okay though. Should be able to move it up. Come on. Starting to see this side. I don't know if it's right, but I love the triangle that shows up in, it's not quite a triangle, but the shape that shows up on the dark side of the face. I think a lot of people call it the Rembrandt triangle. Yeah, it's a little bit off. No worries, Artie. Okay. Here's one issue. It's got to go a lot more diagonally. That is looking a bit rough, but it's okay. Shape the nose right now. Just like that. I mean, I'll need to spend a good amount of time on this eye. Similar to what I did over here. I mean, the eye itself almost takes as much attention as the full cheek or the full forehead or something. Let's just push this dark line I have in there a little bit up. Yeah, that eye is scary low. It's falling off his face. Let's see if I can actually just sort of mark it in. Just take one of these brushes that I've... Is this the one? Yeah. Gonna grab really, really dark. So I see that the eye connects. Okay, perfect. And it is definitely too low, so I'm going across from this point. This is where the eye is gonna intersect with the nose. I'm gonna bring it up to there. It's actually quite small too. Made it way too big. Kind of goes maybe. Even that's too much. Fill this in. Step back, see what we're working with here. I need sort of a lighter tone. Maybe I'll have two small brushes. One. Yeah, every part really does need a good amount of attention. It's funny, when I draw full figures, usually every week I attend a figure drawing class, and the face takes as long as the entire body, which takes as long as the hands or the feet. So there's sort of things that take longer, that have more details. Slow down a second here. Kind of want to fill this in a bit. This is going to be a bit of a tricky fix. What color should I use here? Maybe I'll just start with this just so I can get a good idea of where this eye will end up. It's way too bright, but you know what? This is very off. It needs to be like here. Let's implement a bit of a hard fix right here. We're going to take the towel and wipe. Get some of this off. It's just going to be easier for me to get this right. Yeah, that's better. Nice to see. And I still put it too low. Second time. That's pretty off. Okay. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries. I am going to get rid of a good amount of the paint on this side. That way I can try and draw this again. Yeah, right now I have relaxing Ghibli music playing. Which I feel like you just cannot go wrong with. All right, I need to observe this for just a second. Maybe if I draw in that block. Start super simple. I'm having trouble. Just work it in there. I wonder if because there really should be, like a shadow should be going up like this. Just gonna paint that in slightly. Can expand. This needs a bit of a higher arch. I think that's a better position. It might still be too big. And this is just very small. Oh gosh. I think that looks better. Find out in a second. Look again. Triangle. Still need that. I'm much happier with that. It's too big though. This eye is too big. So we're just gonna take whenever I try and get a fresh look at it, I actually look through my phone, and I find that gives me a good. It's kind of like looking at it in a mirror, or sometimes you flip the image when you're digitally working, and you have that ability. Just gives you a different look at it. It's tiny touch too low. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I think I'm gonna work with this one for now. I feel good about the height. Touch too low, maybe what you're saying is if I raise this, it'll look better. It needs a lot of shaping right now before we can judge it, or before I can tell at least. where I've just rubbed it right dry. Don't like that. Needs to be in a little bit. It'll help if I end up moving in the left side of the face. Keep that in mind. By the way, this is Jack Johnson, self-portrait, if you're curious. Although if you're following, you know that already. Which you are. Okay, I just want to sort of spread this out to the left here. I'm just going to take a little second to just blend that out. I'm not upset with that. The white part of the eye is not in the right spot yet, but it's not bad. And we're gonna go all the way across with this. Yeah, way too much space on the left, but that's okay. It's easily fixable. Yeah, this chin is looking a little big. By a little, I mean kind of a lot. I think it should stop realistically like here. Ooh. Let's just coat that in a bit of black underneath so I can see that a little better. Of course, some of the chin is in shadow, but it's just not that big. I think that looks better. I think I should take a bigger brush and start filling in some of the background as well, but I'll just keep, I want to push this a little further. Oh man, I missed all this. I really love Stardew Valley. Easily one of my favorite games of all time. And I have not played the update yet, but what makes it, is the update is pretty significant? I think he added a new, should this be red or black? I'll work with this. Maybe I'll use this brush. I think he added a new festival? Very nice. It almost feels awkward when I'm like reading your conversation, like I'm eavesdropping or something. Welcome back, Lucifer. Yeah, it's made some progress. Wait, there's new game mechanics? Shit. Okay, I gotta check the time. I don't know when I even started, but I think I've been going for a few hours. The update is huge. Yeah, that's great. Takes a bit of pressure off me when you guys, when you're chatting with each other. But also, I have to read it all. I gotta set it up so I have like something here or like something right over here. It's not gonna be hard. Just a matter of taking some time. Really lightly work this area here. Kind of want to add some dark to the top of this lid. Is it red or dark? I'm gonna go with this dark brown, dark, 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 dark brown. Because you can see it right there. And then I'm gonna try and pull it down a little bit. Oh, that was looking significantly better. Although, this part looks weird to me now. This part's a little bit too bright, but I'll fix that. Yeah, I need something. I need a little fix for the white of this left eye, but I'm just gonna lightly expand it. It's okay for now. It's not quite the right value yet. Use some of this dark red. Where though? Right here. Actually, maybe I should use a little bit of a lighter red. I'll try this. Just a tiny amount of it. It's this sort of bag right here that I can add. Looks a little weird right now, but trust it. So I can add some black. Okay, it's getting a little wet in there, tough to work around. Yeah, it looks a little bad, but 'How long have I even been going? I don't know. No way. That's crazy. Actually, should stop soon. Just, I feel like I can't leave it in this spot right now. It's not in a good enough spot. So many things to fix on it. $3 though, Jesus. I am getting dangerously hungry. I'll leave the ear as it is. I'll leave the lips as it is. Oh, until tomorrow, that is. We want the mouth to end right there. Just want to mark that so I kind of know. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I love where we're at right now. I love the progress. I'm gonna fill this in quickly. Yeah, that's looking better. Put the mall stick away. Put some of these brushes down. I'm gonna just go in and expand this dark area around them. Maybe I'll leave the hair. I haven't really messed with the hair yet. I don't want it to look bad when I do this. Take a snack, or yeah, at this point I may as well just make it to dinner. Okay, gonna grab a nice amount of this black. Just start rubbing some of it in. soon as I cover up this orange all around is very high chroma, so it's messing with how I'm perceiving the color in the face. Um, Frankly, I should have done this a lot earlier, but I'm learning here too. That is looking really nice, though, I think. I think that is looking quite nice. Okay, I could use a bigger brush, to be honest. Maybe I'll use this bigger, stiff, round brush. This is kind of small for the job. Grab a good amount of the Galkid medium. The Galkid medium makes it so the paint spreads further. It's called painting longer, meaning I don't have to go back to the palette as often to get more paint. I can paint for longer, but it also makes the paint dry faster, so I'll be able to add another layer to this black tomorrow. And just slowly build it up instead of having such opaque layers of paint. So I'm just gonna basically change the value here, and I think after that I'll call it for today's session. It was a pretty successful test, I think. This is worth starving for. We're all starving here. You're not alone. What's the plan for dinner? I was thinking about trying to make like a vegetarian shepherd's pie. Because I think I have all the ingredients. It's gonna be quite the task though. Because I'll have to make some mashed potato, and I have to just look it up. I have no idea how to do this. Never done it. Oof. I can already see the colors a little bit better. Yeah, that's nice. That way everyone can go to bed too. Everyone who needs to go to bed can go to bed. Yeah, how long is this song? Yeah, literally 3 hours. Jesus. 3 hours and 9 minutes I've been going. Actually, I'll ask a question to you guys too. I went to a museum. I went to the National Gallery and I did a little drawing. I just drew in front of a painting, just in pencil. But I think it would make a good video, and I was thinking about uploading it as one of my days of painting. So it wouldn't be actually painting, but it would be me drawing at a museum, basically, sort of for the video of the day. It's not exactly painting, but it's extremely helpful for painting. And this, I've been thinking a lot about what I saw in the paintings at the museum as well, and how to introduce that into my own paintings. God, I love when it's just a dark, mysterious background. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I think it'll be a cool video. I did it once before a long time ago, and it was a cool video. People liked it. People seem to like it, and I've gotten a lot better since. So the drawing turned out pretty nice for just standing in front of it for 40 minutes. Yeah, about a 40-minute drawing it was. Okay, there's a chance you'll see that tomorrow instead of this painting, and I'll save this for the day after. Don't tell anyone. The point is that I paint every day anyway. Not that the days are perfectly matched up with the uploads. Damn, I'm loving this. Wait, what is this song? Country. I think the song is. I think this is Country Roads. Like a really slow piano version. The breeze. I know the darker background helps so much because this orange that I do my underpainting with is very high chroma, so it's throwing off the whole scale, if you will. Same thing kind of happened with the last painting I made, the Duran of Henry Fantin Latour. I belong West Virginia. No. Okay, I'm just hearing it now. Country road, right? Come on. I'm not the only one. I might be the only one who can hear the music, but I gotta paint. I gotta clean up some brushes too after this. Super important to do that right away. Fix up that edge of the face too tomorrow. Okay. Wow. It's a lot of progress and it's still a long ways to go. Getting country roaded, yeah. I love the song though. It's definitely overplayed, but okay, I'm gonna take a second here to just do my final shot with my phone. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I'll move the maul stick out of the way. Okay. To get rid of the light for a second. Can you still see this? I kind of messed around with it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Dang. Okay, so I do this. It's called the final shot for the session. Hold this for 10 seconds. I'll snap a photo so that I can do the comparison. Okay, there's a bit of glare, but it looks pretty good. I know caring for the brushes is annoying, but if I just keep it in my routine, it works. I've actually been using baby oil here, and I've got a lot of cups going, but I think this is kind of cool. The baby oil separates from the pigments, and I just end up dumping, like pouring it off, and then I keep cleaning it uh, in the same baby oil over and over and over again. Just sort of clean it out, let it settle and clean it out. So there is what I was able to do today. Wow, it looks pretty good on the on this low quality webcam. Yeah, a little behind the scenes action here. Okay. Oops. Turn the volume up on this, not the. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, maybe I should try just using linseed oil. I've not tried that. I have a lot of it too, so I could try that. Let me add a little light to this and see what we think. Wow. Cool. Very cool. Okay. I'm gonna call it there. Yeah, you should use I actually use baby oil, which is I think the cheapest option. Someone at the art store recommended me do this. So I went to a dollar store and I bought this for $2. It's not gonna be a dollar, of course, but um, yeah, it's been working really well for me. It keeps the brushes relatively clean enough. Yeah, there's the reference image. Can't get a not great look at it, but yeah, I think in the future maybe I'll put it on the screen somewhere, maybe right below my yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that next time. Okay, I gotta clean, so thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Artie, no, you're always commenting as well. I appreciate it. So Lucifer, I see you popping in here. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's been a good 3 hours. Great session. So we'll call it there. I'll do this again in the future at some point whenever I muster up the courage to press start stream again. Okay, bye bye.